Evet, Multiverse Lock kanalında Elysium'un yeni bir bölümüyle tekrardan karşınızdayız. Yanımda Kelebek var.
Merhaba.
Kelebek'le beraber kaldığımız yerden aynen devam ediyoruz. En son işte neler yaşandı? Bir vurulduk. Bir orada bir iki gün kaybettik. Kim çok şükür iyi. Herhangi bir sıkıntı yaşamadı o. Adamları tokatladı geçti. Bir çatışma oldu işte meydanda. Ondan sonra birazcık ortalıkta gezindik. Biraz böyle küçük küçük görev baktık. Çok bir şey çıkmadı. Şimdi artık adaya gidiyoruz açıkçası. Çünkü yani buradaki görevlerin hemen hemen hepsini şöyle bir dolandık ama ekstrem bir durum çıkmadı bunlarda. Bu işte erik kafanın şeyini filan bulduk. Yani bu şekilde. Şimdi artık gidelim. Haydi gidelim.
The skiff, once you get in, that's it. Have you made all the necessary? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth.
Ben sen dümene geçkin, ben de seyyar Dave'i tutayım.
What?
Bir diyorum.
Fine. Let's blast Sad FM then.
Hadi bakalım.
Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs.
Aman tanrım. Şey slow FM. Slow FM miydi, öyle bir şey vardı ya.
Lockpick.
Ha, Slow Türk gibi aynen. Oo, çok şekil bir sahne oldu. Keşke eldivenlerimi değiştirseymişim. Buradan bir şey alırdık, bir ekran görüntüsü alırdık.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then, in the silence, a sputter of wings.
Let's go.
Haydi bakalım. Adaya geldik. Yeni maceralar.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
Ah, yes, so it seems. For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chains.
Bayağı Haliç gibi zincir dizmişler ya adamlar.
As a defensive measure, lock it off that sub.
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Şöyle gidebiliyor muyuz? Yukarıdan mı gidelim, aşağıdan mı gidelim ilk? Hadi şöyle aşağıdan gidelim. Sanırım zaten şuraya kadar gidebileceğiz. Aynen. Buralarda bir şey yok, o zaman tekrar yukarı. Boş. Oo, buralarda şey bulabilir miyiz acaba?
Bulabiliriz belki.
Bir şey çıkmadı karşımıza.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still. The flock of quail departs. Now more than on the islet, there is almost no wind, just the light movement of air through the reeds, like a silent orchestra tuning at the beginning of great importance to the few who attend.
Yine bunları şey yapıyorum.
A silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles of a low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits, the faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Snow falls on the water, air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. A flake of snow, called a mamadakwa.
Yes? It is. Is that why we are stopping?
Pardon.
The lieutenant nods in silence.
Yes? I have. Is that why we're stopping?
Şuraya giriş var, buraya giriş var. Bakayım. Bunlara zaten gidemiyoruz. Şuna bir giriyorum. Allah, dur ben nereye gidiyorum? Elimizde şey var değil mi? Aynen, tamam. Yine crowbar mı var diyecektim de. Üstümüzün hali ne ya? Hemen düzeltelim kendimizi. Nice. Ha, bir de eldiven de şey takıyorum. Şunu takıyorum. Güzel. Oo, bulduk galiba.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
A flash of pain interrupts you, making you wince instead.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
Okay.
Yes, anytime. If you need a rest later, it's okay by me.
You don't have to be a hero.
Herhalde arada yat uyu demek istiyor. Yat biraz dinlen demek istiyor sanırım.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on
Ay, ben bunu
makeshift
tüfek sandım ya.
They are not
Bu şey mi?
particularly well organized.
Teleskop gibi bir şey. Sağ solu incelemek için sadece. Dürbün.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique, popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists, T&T, among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories. You find a magazine.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Kavramlaştırma. Tabii ki de hemen üstümüzü değiştireceğiz. Ya ne yapacağımızı zannettin? Aman tanrım. Kavramlaştırma. Bunun kesin kolay bir yolu var ve ben hala da çözemedim.
Artık oyun bitiyor ya.
Değil mi?
Bence. Valla.
Sal bence de. Heh. Şeyi söylemedim. Yayını kapattım da birazcık etrafta gezinirken yine bir iki tane görev, yani bir iki tane görev demeyeyim de bir şey yaptım. O da kütüphanecinin önüne gittim. Kütüphaneciye gittim. Kütüphaneci dedi ki ya dedi işler iyice duruldu, ne yapacağım ben dedi filan. Kadına dedim ki yani ne yapmak istiyorsun tarzında bir şey dedim sanırım. Kadın da ne yapsam burayı böyle işte şeye mi çevirsem dedi. Enerjisel bir yere mi çevirsem filan dedi. Ben şey dedim. Burada kütüphane tutmamış. Bu tutacak ya dedim. Saçmalama bu bence tutar dedi. Ona döndürecek işini. Ondan sonra kızıyla ilgili konuştum kadınla. Dedim ki bak kızına yazık ediyorsun, tırnaklarını falan yemiş kızcağız orada soğukta bekliyor falan diye. En azından hani onu içeriye al dedim. İkna ettim. Kızı içeriye aldı. Kız da şey dedi. Ya dedi dışarıda üşüyordum evet ama şimdi burada da ders çalışacağım deli gibi dedi. Matematik falan çalışmam lazım. Bana birazcık izin ver dedi. Bak ben bunu buldum al bu senin olsun dedi. Bize bir tane fötr şapka verdi. Hem de Dick Mullen'ın şapkası. Aynı zamanda oraya gitmişken de bir iki tane alışveriş yaptım. Şey aldım. Adı nedir? Kitap aldım. Dick Mullen kitabıyla En Büyük Abide'yi aldım. Bunu okudum. Bunu da okurken bu dedektif romanı ya, son kısmında kitap dağıldı. Son kısmı yok.
Soft covers, serialized, fantastic,
%58
and
güzel.
detective stories, animal adventures. Oh yes,
Oo,
under the
iyi.
bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Uzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Şimdi merkezciyiz değil mi? Merkezciysek bunu diyeceğiz.
Sen kendi adına konuş. Ben yorum yapmıyorum bu tür konularda.
Bir dakika. Bir karakterimizi bir görmemiz lazım. Komünist, faşist.
Yani.
Faşist niye bu kadar yüksek onu zaten çözemedim.
Yani bazı yerlerde aşırı
merkezci
değişik cevaplar verdiğin için olabilir.
Ha, ben bu diyorum.
Sen bilirsin. Hiç.
Komünist mi olalım bilemedim.
Bak ben bir şey demedim. Bilirsin.
Ya ben biraz merkezci gitmek istiyorum. O yüzden bu diyorum.
Belki.
Dedim.
Usia. Humanitarian sciences stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around.
Your incendiary remark has failed. Wasn't there some in the communist students' room?
Well, yes. That one student.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering them.
Whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain.
Interesting.
Belli görüşleri olan biri yaşıyormuş burada. Ne yaptık? 14 yaptık merkezci. Güzel. Biz merkezci gidelim. Ne? Kıyafet mi alacağız? Kıyafet buldum. Şimdi
Kıyafet aldık. Bir bakalım neymiş.
aynen kıyafete bakacağım. Empati. Eksik soğukkanlı.
Evet,
Güzel.
değil.
Fena değil. Artı 2 empati çok iyi.
Aynen seviyoruz kıyafet.
Aynen. Kıyafet güzel oluyor ya. Hop bir tane daha bulduk. El göz koordinasyonu
Oo,
veriyor
çok
bir de.
tatlı oldu.
Evet bu çok tatlı oldu. Bu arada o yolun sonunda hani bir tane Hintli gibi bir dayı vardı. Satış yapan. Kutuları böyle sermiş hani. Onda bir tane ayakkabı satılıyordu. Hatırlıyor musun bilmiyorum. 50 şeye. İşte para birimi neydi unuttum şimdi bunun.
Tamam.
50 paraya. O el göze artı 1 veriyor ve tepki hızına artı 1 veriyordu.
Vay be.
Ama 50 para.
50 para.
Evet. 50 birim.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift with makeshift electrical wiring running. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired. Downstairs, somewhere? Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout. The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator. A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo.
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
That is his idea of a joke.
İki diyorum.
Someone who has basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
The wind outside picks up suddenly with a faint howl.
Jeneratörle sanırım mutfağını çalıştırıyormuş anladığım kadarıyla. Oh, para da bulduk. Neymiş?
You
El
see a
feneri.
small metal door nested
el feneri
inside
doğru
a larger
dedim.
one, a heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole.
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be used. Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
Niye ya? Açacağız kapıyı. Açmamıza gerek kalmayacak mı? Bir diyorum.
Peki.
Alright, I retract my statement. It was naive. Let's look around and get it open.
Okay. Böyle bir şey çıktı mı? Yok.
Etrafa bakalım. Belki şu tarafta falan bir şey bulursun.
Aynen.
Uyumak da mı görev?
Sanırım evet. Aklına hangi düşünün diyorsun göndermeyi gözüküyor.
Ha, rüyanda neyi göreceksen gör diyor.
Aynen.
Tam buraya gezdikten sonra bir uyu
Evet,
dersen.
burada-
Sonra aşağıda bir kapı daha vardı. Oraya girelim, ne dersin?
Olur.
Ne oldu? Niye geldi? Ha.
Buradan dolanıyormuş.
Green paint flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional.
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. They terminate here. Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radio diffusé. It sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
Aç diyorum.
We need to restore power before using this, officer. The generator, it didn't look like there was fuel in it.
Ama yakıtla boyama yapacağız. O
We
yakıtın
should look
hepsini
around
harcayamayız.
outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe one of them still has something in it. My kinema. I don't want to do that. Let's just look around.
Bak
Consul
ya.
stands by, mutely. Urgence, over, reads a dial key. The dial slides under the glass, silently. An idea lights up in your head.
This is an air-gapped system. Of air, I think they call it. That won't work. No, I'm not. But it would not be very good military technology if programmer ladies could control it.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Anna Van Eyck.
Bu düşünceyi kapatmadım ya.
Okay, so
Şimdi motor becerileri beyaz sınamaları açıldı diyor. Bakalım açılmış mı? Bütün motor becerileri açılmamış. Mesela lavabo açık değil. İşbirlik açık değil.
İrik kafanın görevi mi var daha? Şu şey vereceğiz değil mi?
Yüzüğü verdim ona. Sonra yetmedi. bir şey daha istedi.
Ne istedi?
Erik kafaya yardım et diye bir şey çıktı.
Biraz zaman alabilir. Benim.
Ya şey çıktı orada da beyaz şey çıktı. Beyaz çek. Yanlış hatırlamıyorsam işbirlikte o da. El yatkınlığıymış. Onu açmış en azından. El yatkınlığını açmış. Belki de el yatkınlıklarını açmıştır sadece. Aynen. Evet, el yatkınlıklarını açmış sadece. Gerçi bunlar
Güzel.
açıktı zaten. Yani evet, yine güzel. Ya burada tüm motor becerileri deyince, şimdi motor beceri dedin senin, yani bunların hepsi. Neyse. Bu ne? Oo, güzel. Severiz. Bu büyük ihtimalle şuradaki kapıdan çıkacağız diyecektim ben de tam.
Uyumak ister misin bir saat? Şimdi. Hazır
Biraz
yemek
gezinip
var.
öyle şey yapalım
Tamam,
istersen.
tamam.
Ne ya, uyuyayım ya bir saat.
Sen bilirsin.
Uyuyayım hazır buradayken. Şimdi ben buraya geri döner miyim dönmez miyim, üşenirim kesin.
Şu kapıyı da açacaksın zaten. Dönersin muhakkak.
Aynen.
Yine de gelmişken
aynen,
yapabilirsin.
bir saat bir yatayım.
The greasy old
The offer still stands. Take it.
The bed is quite inviting, all things considered. It's much you face the concrete wall. There's less light there in the dark corner. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. Sleep.
Umarım 4'ü geçmedik çok. 4.45'te kalkması lazım. Bir saat tabi. Kim nerede? Şeyler de gözükmüyor.
Şu an rüyada mısın sence?
Bence bir rüyadayız ya.
Hiç saat falan gözükmüyor.
Aynen. Adam yanımıza çıkar diye düşünüyorum.
Zincirin yanına in diyor.
Zincirin yanına indi.
Arkanda kaldı değil mi?
Ben öteki kapıdan çıkacağım o zaman. Giremiyorum yere.
Dıştan tıklayabiliyor musun?
Yok. Bu taraftaki bir zincir mi acaba? Ya.
Şurada mı?
Evet. Buradan geçiş varmış. Hiç geçmezdim ben.
Rüya gibi.
Rüya mı gir?
Dolorous day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way but you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. This is the holy queen of the territories of Muindi and Insulinda. Think of the historic win her back. How does that fit in here? And what is the holy suzerain doing here anyway?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime. Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say.
Anyway. No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us any. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try it now.
Ya %83 bence çok yüksek. Harika,
I
evet.
don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. That's not what figurines do, Harry.
She looks at the headless found rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say.
Sana vermek istiyor musun?
Olabilir, neden olmaz?
Harry, I don't want things. I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless fallen rider back then. I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day. Oh, Harry, you shouldn't have done that. Call me like that.
You ruined it. There was still a chance. You should have waited longer. She would have called you instead.
Oh, Harry, do you really think so? We haven't talked in years. I don't want to call you. I don't want to hear from you. Months already. Soon it will be years. Every season that passes, the light gets less clear.
The air gets cold around you. She looked black-eyed dogs wander the alleys. Apple trees hang their bony limbs low over the patchwork of roofs. Red and black. Revachol West, the evening sun. It's Dora. That's what the voice said on the phone.
Bir.
Dubois, yes. Dora Dubois.
Oh no, no. We're not doing that again. The morning? I don't understand. Oh my God, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear anything about the morning. I can't do that anymore. I'm not 80 years old, I'm 32. People my age are not supposed to mourn. Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
We all told you. Everyone warned you.
Everyone. Literally all of you.
I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't...
What? She does not look back. Instead, eyes her fingernails. They're bitten frayed. The evening wind blows in.
Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better for me.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
Ben basıyorum ya. Basayım gitti.
Kırmızıymış abi.
Çek diye çekindim de.
Sen de.
Bastım. Bakayım. Bir mi?
Diğerini şey yapacak mısın yoksa?
Hadi bunu da
It's
oynayalım.
not. But... I don't know why I said but. There is no but. That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times.
Where in hell? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
See? It just takes some time. For you, it will take something like 20 years, but
Oh.
I can.
Ne münasebet ya.
Üç.
No, Harry. We already tried again, and
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things, Dwight. Not you too.
I don't know. Please.
Peki.
Sormak istiyorsan sor.
Sıkıştırdık diye çekindim de.
Epeyce villa diyor.
She avoids turning them to you.
Havalı deli mi?
They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
You know what I mean.
Üç.
No, you don't. You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you, questions. This is another one, isn't it? We're in a tree right now. It's not just the lists or trees or whatever. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stayed down for too long. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life.
Basıyor
And
musun?
I have to go to Morova.
Diğerini bir daha sordum. Sormak istediğin, öğrenebileceğimiz bir şey var mı? Yoksa
Bilmedim ki.
We both said a lot of things. We were very young. As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
You need to recite it to her. For effect. All of it. No summaries.
O zaman 1.
Please, Harry. I just don't have time for this.
O zaman 1.
Okay, stop. Yes. Are you happy now?
Bir.
Then why are you doing this? Very well. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. There was hoarfrost on the ground. It was 100 million years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her hips.
And my crown of immortality? No. You scared her out of me. With your crying, the awful time we wound up having. Can't you see? I can never think you're cool again.
You're a better man now. More level-headed. More normal.
No, it's too late. I found someone for whom I feel the same love I did for you. Harry, do you notice how none of this is very funny? I hate being that. I don't want to be anything for you. I hope the decades it takes for you to get over me have already passed.
Bir.
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants. Smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you, the first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. But that
Yes,
is
which
all it is. Yes, let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin, the day we went east of the river. To the aquarium first. It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there now, you could touch my hair, kiss me. Talk to me about anything, go virtually anywhere. It's here, Harry. We are on Voyager Road. At the end of it, 300 meters from the stop. There. You could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lightless tomb. The years you spent...
Surely the alcohol didn't help either.
Everyone has a little glass of wine every now and then. I certainly do. It's a Queen Reg 42. That is the light rail that took me to Coron, to school and work. Every morning, no human being should still remember the position of atoms such eons ago. Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you
Haydi
do
bakalım.
not feel like doing that, you should let me go
Konuşması
to the
bitsin de öyle
aerodrome.
yapayım. Haydi. Atamadık.
Öpüşemedim.
Zaten atamayacaksın dedi. Büyük ihtimalle onu da atamadık diye düşünmek istiyorum.
Tamam, bir şey.
Your feet still tremble from the
Wow,
steps you took,
1-1 attık bir
as
de.
if over an enormous distance, standing against her.
Bence otomatik 1-1 veriyor ya.
Radiant, she is not kissing you back.
Yedi.
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you when she withdrew and you held on to her hand. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
Sen bilirsin.
She breathes out heavily, as if something painful has passed through her, and shakes her head.
Ben sana 3 dedim yani. Zorla
She
güzel olmaz.
shakes her head
Okay.
one more time. The evening with
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant. Yes, he did it. I terminated yours. Don't you remember, you poor fuck? You poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
more questions, ask more.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
No, that would only be painful and dull. At the aerodrome, life, love, and light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. Everything here, I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. Not this. Not what you made me into. No, you don't. You're just being a martyr. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight. I won't see you, but you will see me. Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already right here tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really... I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time. So long ago. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. See you tomorrow.
Hoşuma gitti dediğini sorabilir.
Tutti frutti kokuyorum dedi.
Esinti hak ettiğim günkü gibi diyor ya.
Acımasız kadın. Bir daha uyumayacağım Kim.
Günaydın.
Kim bir daha uyursam adam değilim Kim.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Akan kan mı?
Metaforik olabilir.
4.
Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed.
Haydi bakalım. Ha, burada da bir kapı varmış. Ha yok, biz buradan girdik zaten, pardon.
Sağına soluna bakarak git ya, rüyanda gezdin diye.
Şey yapıyorum. Bakıyorum.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use, brand name, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The contemporary Rivisholians prefer Juan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, the legendary cigarette from Grad. Diamatiri is favored by older men for its paper filter tips, sweet smell, and added tar.
I may have been wrong when I said it wasn't important. This means the same person could have visited both locations.
Bak yine aynı İzmir'i bulduk. Muturi
I didn't
İzmir'den.
see any signs of smoking inside though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window, quite old and grimy from years without cleaning. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look trepidation. A tingling feeling in a small piece of Martinaise's coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire, capeside apart. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags, Rue de Songe. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop, sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Buradan net görüyormuş kızın odasını. Vay anasını diyeyim.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to...
More than that.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the... I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
Tabii ki de 4 diyeceğiz.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
Doğru. Ama 6 kişi öldü, bunu önleyebilirdik ya.
Don't beat yourself up, officer.
Biraz
did not
moralin
put
bozulacağını
guns in
biliyordum
hands
ama bunu hak
to get them
ettik.
drunk.
The lieutenant pauses. Regret comes over him.
We will make up for it. Here. I feel it. Where?
O odada.
He does not answer, just nods.
We should move now.
Aa, benzin.
Silahımızı kuşansak mı? Hep yazı falan mı şey yapalım? Ne yapalım? Geldik.
Of, 48 mi?
Boya mı yapacaksın, satacağım böyle.
Mecbur şeyi çalıştıracağız ya
Jeneratörü.
kapıyı açmak için. Eğer ondan sonra kalırsa boya
Bir kayıp
yaparız.
mı?
Nereye koyuyorduk? Şuraya koyacağız değil mi?
This old cylindrical. The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister. There's a red starter switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old.
That should do it.
Okey. Bakayım şey duruyor mu? Tüh be. Yine boya yapamayacağız. Keşke o bidonu satmasaydık ya.
A dim golden glow.
It's on. Turn emerge.
The blast door opens with a series
Allah.
of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Bayağıdır açılmamış gibi açıldı ama ya. Oo hacı. Bayağı açılacak.
After you.
Buna basıyorum.
So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here. Don't worry. I have a gun. I know. It was not easy to acquire.
Bak ya.
I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire.
İlla bir laf sokacağım. Öteki tarafa geçtik.
Şu tarafta falan bir şey yok değil mi?
Taraftan
Bak
mı?
beyaz çiçekler bu şey. Aynen o taraflarda bir şey
Yok.
var mı?
Yok. Aa, beyaz çiçekler.
Allah buldu biliyorum.
Neydi? Elinde silahla bekliyor burada.
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers, then spits it out into the extinguished fire, unclouded by cataracts. His eyes, he's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
5.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Kime mi sorayım, direkt buna basayım ben.
İşte
Evet, keşke o tarafa giyinseydik ama bilemiyoruz işte bu tarz durumlarda. Bir kime sorayım, o ne derse ona göre hareket edeyim.
The lieutenant aims his pistol square at the man.
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Silaha bir bakalım.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs on the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
No one said it has to be a Bernagrave. We were just guessing.
From ballistics, it could easily have been a triangle, too.
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanti. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does.
Nasıl?
The right type and the right calibre.
He's liking this. The old man keeps following your motion. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against...
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, political commissar of the 114. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This...
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
No. I've been on other islands, too. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second is all it took for reaction to take hold. Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men. May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky. It's not enough. The total combined power of international capital. It's not an island. What? It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I, the congenitally deformed King Philip II, built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in 02. Retrofit coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone. Iblis. The black-eyed angel. How does anyone survive? I steal.
Now hold on there.
You're insane and grotesque. Everyone steals. Vegetables, supplies.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns. There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. I have been running out of that stuff. I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of... I don't even know what. Inferno?
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult mentally to live in Elysium.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on. More and more. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those
There were posters.
we communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinaise'de and Coal City, and others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I don't want to. They're all traitors.
He does not want to see life moving on. People.
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right? I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounge.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
The propaganda bunker. I used.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins. I do. They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
Honor is a feudal atavism. My motive is class. 43 years and 10 months. It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't.
He just couldn't. He nods. But he can now.
What have you been doing during all this?
Hiding, fishing.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive. 2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic in dark red. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes.
Beraber geldiğimiz polisler bu arada balıkçı köyüne gidiyor.
The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smelling of petroleum.
Always waiting for her to return.
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution.
Bu 5 değil mi?
No. The material base for an uprising, the historic opportunity for a revolution has.
So that's why he's the deserter.
I have done everything a man can.
We keep people alive. We help them survive. Whatever the ideology.
Survive? For what? No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army. Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
He nods slowly, then another tremor.
There's nothing serious in this world.
İyi yaşa.
It's a farce.
Önemli değil, ne olacak?
I've used it for killing people.
Oo.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a I've used it to kill.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war.
So he's continued killing after Go in straight. No euphemisms. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
Güzele gir diyor. Ne söyleyeceğim o zaman abi? Hepiniz farklı bir şey söylediniz gerçekten.
Nothing comes to you. Silence is, and in them a chill, like electricity running up your spine, crawling into your skull.
All is not as it seems.
Detective.
Damn it, ask it already, he wants to say.
Her şey göründüğü gibi değildir. Bir mi 3 mü? 2'yi demeyeceğim zaten.
Demeyecek misin?
2 diye mi düşünüyorum? 3 diyorum.
I don't want to tell you.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time.
Ya manipülasyon ya.
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Arkadaş. Allah Allah. Al.
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
Bir.
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of...
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murder.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get the scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
Dört.
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Fark ettim.
Evet.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. Nowhere else. Nowhere in all of Martinaise'de have you seen. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom.
Kafam benim var ol.
You got it. Remember? The boot prints were like no moderns. Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal.
Okay, birden başlıyorum.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic even. Estranged.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away. They blossom on the islets before
South, the Bay of Martinaise'de is dotted with little freckles.
the coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may. Classier.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
Bir.
My ears don't reach the city. With the victim.
Almost. But you need one more. Just one. Or maybe two.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand?
Show me the souls, please, Mr. Duras.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is Sensorique. The model is Corbeil. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern souls you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden.
The size fits, but not the soul.
%97 ya. Kapıştırıyorum.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering. Looking, the old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silence suddenly. More. He's gonna crack. But you need a little more.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like that?
You had direct visibility. They are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you've been here a long time, Mr. Duras. Too long. You clearly...
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part. Just one thing remains unclear. The rifle does not seem to have a scope.
4.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck.
Leave no stone unturned. Get him on what matters most.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition.
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons?
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen.
Çatışmayı izlemiş.
He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just, so he saw you. Okay, so what? Don't let it divert you.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? .46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is good. This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this, when you have the murder weapon.
Murder. You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
Ne diyeyim? 3 diyorum.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your...
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his right arm. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his... I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death. And that stupid look on his face. And his... Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it, anyway. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night?
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Ben de anlamadım valla. Bu herif niye vursun ki onları?
Zaten
Dürbünü de yok.
kafası da şey dedi. Hiçbir şey göründüğü gibi. Bir şey dedi.
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Nerede o zaman?
And if you don't like it?
Yes. Think of it as a form of...
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
Uf. %8 nedir ya? Bunları yapalım bari, bunları söyleyelim.
Them fucking. I didn't like that. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't and I wanted to see his head explode. That too. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains.
This man has seen past her, like you did. And now he longs to see her covered in blood, to punish her.
Ne diyorsun?
Since she came to Martinaise'de, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. Her passport and tickets to Firari. And from there...
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
After she was gone...
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was...
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Firari. I'd put them back. If I wanted to...
This implies that he's thought about extorting her. Also, a little inconsistency here. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have seen it on the documents?
It didn't say Clausia in there. It was something. I don't remember. It was dark that morning. I only remember her face on the photo. I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital.
You could tell she was a spook? From the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses. Forged.
He's setting it up for you. The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
O tepki hızına döndü, %83. Basıyorum.
Diğerlerini soracağım. Sordum her şeyi.
Bu başka bir şeye döndü galiba bu seferki.
Kırmızısın ama ha.
Hadi bunlara da basayım.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let.
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf. Airport bag in hand. Silks flowing in her wake. It's no good, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air. It smells of burning buildings. The old man raised a bitter taste on his tongue.
Diyorum.
There's nothing to hold on to.
The coals of his eyes glisten.
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something. No, I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner the day after I killed him. Yes, I don't know why I do the things I do anymore. Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my... If you came 10 years ago...
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line. One more down.
Yapıştırdım artık.
It quickly
Yes.
comes to you.
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating
Did you make that hole?
with a clip-point knife.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass. I've been through all of Martinaise's. Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still...
Those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick one more loose end down. We're doing this.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago.
One more thing. The flowers, Mr. Dross. The dry...
What about them?
There. He's already admitted to it. Just ask.
I did. I shouldn't have. It was a mistake. I was there one night and she was crying.
Aynı yere çıktık.
Like the day after I killed. Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do. Maybe. I told you. I have holes in my brain now. If you...
In the one more down.
Her.
You hear a low frequency hiss. The lieutenant nods at you. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she? That Clasier. I haven't seen her there for days.
Yalan söyleyeceğim ya.
Tamam.
Bu adamda çünkü bir iş var ya. Bana hiç bu vurmuş gibi gelmiyor açıkçası.
Locked up with your masters, like I'll be. Maybe we'll meet. She's staring at the island. The fort.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol. The oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lucerne Central Aerodrome. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts, smaller, distant, hidden. Not like the great chandeliers she sees sparkle in the... There, on a dilapidated jetty, in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. The ruins of a sea fort stick out of the water. Built by Philippe II. He's there. Doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer points at Special Consultant Heidelstam is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder. Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years. You could get more out of him. He likes talking.
tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, specifically the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinaise'de. It's their favorite thing to do. Pump full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III. Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced. Intense, like animals, like those boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs. The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now, a gun-toting porcelain man. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Koyamorang, or some other island they built their palaces on. That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least we did good when we pushed him under the horse car. Until, in the 30s,
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only there was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people might be worth investigating.
syphilis is a disease Philippe III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination. The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocaine.
That is technically possible, although Philippe III was not actually
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why? That's right. Some advertising cockroaches erected a cynical deconstruction of it. We tore it down with honest working. Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity. Every gallery should be bulldozed, and the artists should all be given 30 years of another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real
disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiar.
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, that mobster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education. His twin, Edgar Clare, that one's been to one of those East River first against the wall with him.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinaise'de without death.
Of course. Maybe don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first. Soften him up.
I haven't approached anyone. I've hid.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept I was right about one of those things. $20 ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they?
That's around the time the Clares came to...
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. offered platitudes about never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzoff. Oh, and charity too. They let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol.
They let him be here. Understanding was a...
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick.
Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them. But he's insinuating some... There is more here. You can feel it. He was not outright lying, but almost.
Horse. Every fucking morning for 34 years, royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like, I remember him from La Noce. Not him personally, his make and model. That one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshead.
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The black better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
No. I waited too long. I waited too long.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dras. I understand.
They're all dead now.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health ailing.
And I blew them all. All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Fuck you. You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together. Making him...
%72. Basıyorum buna da. Mantık istiyor. Bizim kaç şeyimiz var ya? Oo, 4 tane var. Bir tane mantığa basıyorum hemen. %83 yapıştır.
The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water. Dark, cold water.
Hey,
He acknowledges it. Here we go.
that bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked the rich man's hand every time he... And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker. She was. And she was real soft on those money men. Had a Barbara called in, they say. On the eve of battle. Ran away. Vanished like...
No, that's not quite it.
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally. But that wasn't really her daughter, was it?
No, I guess it was not. She couldn't make the call herself.
Here it is. The
Because she was dead.
Just say nothing.
The cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal grasping her tit and drowned. Or bled. Hard to say. It was a sloppy job. And a moving target. She was going home, waddling, dressed in yellow, drunk like she often was. The ruins are black around her, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who flourish in the hell around her. And someone shot her. Or maybe the cow just fell. My memory is full of holes. All I know, nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony. There was no uprising. Just words.
Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal. If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk. We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment. We could even extradite you to the Samaran People's Republic.
A degenerate worker state. Go shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. My days are short. I will rot away here, in a moral intern cell. I will not testify to anything. I saw it happen, and I liked it. That's all I have to say. I didn't live and fight for 40 years to end up as a collaborationist. I've heard it on channel. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. The best ones, the ones with heart, were slaughtered, trampled.
The same old freezing hatred. There is plenty here to work with once he's in custody, and the lieutenant knows it. He gives you a
Glad we talked about what?
His lip curls into a...
Glad we talked about what? I ain't going.
Bir soğukkanlık giyinelim. Hatta 1 puan da soğukkanlığa verelim bence. Ha, bu da artı 1. Ya bunu giyelim bari. Şimdi 1 puan soğukkanlığa veremiyoruz.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream. Maggot sideways? What are you talking? One stroke? Don't be so modest. He's having one right now.
Düşünceyi almam gerekiyor sanırım ya, aynen.
You need.
Şimdi magnezyum bazlı yaşam. Eksi 1 şehir fısıltısı veriyor. 1 saat 15 dakika sonra açılıyor. Valla üstümüzü giyindik.
Despondently at the logs. It's like he's forgotten you're there.
%42 ya. Ben giriyorum ya buna. Olmazsa beyaz zaten. Ya puan veremiyorum. Verebilecek olsam vereceğim de. Az önce şeye baktım. Bunlardan biri hani artı veriyorsa onu yapayım dedim. Şu en azından şeyini arttırıyor. Burayı yani level verebilmeyi 6 yapıyor. Toplamda 6 yapıyor. Olmazsa onu yapıp bir tane puan verip bir daha gireriz diye düşündüm ben. Deniyorum o yüzden.
For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble, he's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished.
Olsaydı iyiydi ya.
You can see no more by looking at his.
Olsaydı iyiydi. Evet, beyaz çek olmadı. Buradan bu süperstarı vereceğim. Şimdi içselleştir. Abi. Bu 1 saat 10 dakika. Bu 1 saat 10 dakika. Gidip uyuyacağız.
Etrafta gezin.
Ha, etrafı gezeyim aynen. Böyle bakalım. Ha yok.
Bu kadar.
Şuraya gidiyor biraz. Bu kadar. En son dayının burada bitiyor. Şuralara gidiliyor. Ama buralarda da bir şeyler yok. Yok. Buraya bir gidelim, 1 saat uyuyalım ya. Uykuyu sayıyordur inşallah diye düşünmek istiyorum o zamana. Saymıyorsa yayını durdurup kitap okurum.
Bak kitap da okuyorsun gerçekten.
Evet ya, saymıyor olabilir. Ben bir kitap okuyayım.
Onun yanına git oku.
Durdurup okuyorum.
It would be dangerous for
Evet,
detectives to.
düşünceyi öğrendik. Böylece buradakiler yükseldi. Daha doğrusu yani buradakiler değil. Sanırım bu elektrokimya manipülasyon bir şey daha veriyor. Neyse, çok önemli değil. Bir tane verdik şimdi.
The old
Şimdi bir
man
daha
stares
deneyebiliriz.
despondently at
Hala da
Locke's.
%58
It's
ya.
like
Başka giyebileceğim kesin bir şey yok mu ya? Volkanlık. Bir kere daha şöyle hızlıca tur atayım. Yok ya. Bir umut dedim ama eksi veriyor. Bu +1 veriyor ama üstümdeki de zaten +1 veriyor. Üst değil de şey ya, ceket ya. O yüzden çok bir şey fark etmiyor. Volkanlığımız şu an 3 artı. Okey. Bir daha
the old
deneyeceğiz.
man stares
Artık ver abi.
despondently at. What strikes you about
alt
this
alt
old
attık.
man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. It's precisely what you could not see before. For a man who, indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought process. You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid.
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
Hiçbir şey yaramadı. Ben bir şey çıkacak diye bekliyorum altına ama. Okey. Tutukluyorum.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been. The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week. Do you understand?
But... No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his.
Your confirmation is not required, sir.
Aha, algıladım. Neyse ki algım yüksek.
Önce şey mi soruyorsun?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland.
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce?
Lillian. You could ask her, maybe.
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world. This world.
No, listen. Listen now.
Ne diyor?
Bastım o zaman.
Bilmiyorum. Gelin.
Bastım.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper. Stalks something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat. What?
What are you talking about? Is this really us?
Your skin crawls.
Bu ne be?
A delicate
Whoa.
tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving. It's still there. An unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin.
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes, and it's grotesquely. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand rise instinctively.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
I can see it.
Aa, kim de görüyor?
4 simple words, thank God. If he can see, but that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slim.
Be very, very careful.
Bunu konuşacağız. Peki. Şimdi böyle heyecanlı bir yerde tabii ki de bitireceğim. Çünkü 2 saat oldu. Bir sonraki bölümün hemen başında Fazmit'le konuşacağız bence diye düşünüyorum. Bakalım neler olacak. Ya bana şey gibi geliyor ya. Gerçekten katilin ben bu amca olduğunu çok düşünmüyorum açıkçası. Sen ne düşünüyorsun?
Bilemedim ya. Bu da olabilir.
Yani çok garip bir şey var gibi işin altında ama çıkartamadım. Neyse. Evet, Elysium'un bu bölümünden bu kadar. Birazcık uzun bir bölüm oldu. Elysium'un bütün oynatma listesi burada çıkmıştır. Oradan hepsini izleyebilirsiniz. Güzel bir seri. Oyunu kesinlikle tavsiye ediyorum. Full Türkçe zaten gördüğünüz gibi. Videoyu beğenin, güzel yorumlar yazın. Lütfen kanala abone olun. Sizden rica ediyorum. Birazcık yorum yazabilirsiniz. Eğleniriz, muhabbet ederiz. Kelebeğe de teşekkür ediyorum bana eşlik ettiği için.
Rica ederim.
O zaman görüşmek üzere. Haydi bay bay.
Bye bye.